Welcome to our Hangout. Today we're going to discuss tools that are helpful in the classroom. My first tool is Crafty's extensions. This is Chrome extensions for educators, presenters, speakers. They're mainly created for educators. The first one's called Crafty Level. It shows the reading level of every web page. So like you install it, then browse the web page, and then you highlight the text, and then it'll come up what reading level it is. The next one's Crafty Writes. This forces searches for images that are free to use or share, so this helps avoid copyrighted images in that issue. The next one is Crafty Text. This displays the text larger in the center of the screen. It can be used to show the class single words, class codes, or website addresses, so it points out a specific word you want them to see. Crafty Cursor highlights the position of your mouse cursor. This is useful like if you're on a Google Hangout and you're showing your screen and you want others to follow along. And then there's Crafty Zoom, which is a magnifying glass for your cursor, so it zooms into sections of the web page. Crafty Copy is the last one. It lets you easily export a list of your extensions so that you can import them when you add a new Google account to Chrome instead of having to individually search for them in the web store. So I think the benefit of these is it makes it easier for teachers, like the level, so they don't have to go through and level all the websites that their students are going to be using. They don't have to worry about the copyright materials. The text allows them to let the students see what they want to see. The cursor lets their students follow along. The zoom lets the students easily see what they're trying to see. And the copy, I don't really know how it'll be used in the classroom, but I guess it would be helpful. I don't really see any disadvantages because it seems pretty much like it's just a helpful extensions.
So is it like a single download for all of those things, or do you have to download each one individually?
I'll show you the website. This is what the website looks like. It just kind of gives you like a link. It just kind of tells you about each of these. It's not like I guess you can download them from here, but it just kind of gives you an explanation of what each of them are and how they're helpful.
And you said that's used with Google Chrome?
Yes.
I like the one about where you highlight the text and it levels the reading for you. That seems like it could be very useful in a classroom.
Yeah,
I like that too. Especially when kids read on iPad, like when they have iPad time in the classroom, it could really be helpful.
And you don't want to give your students a website to look up material that's way above their level.
And if they know their level and they can highlight it themselves, then it helps them kind of see, okay, I can read this. No, I should find something else.
Yeah. My other tool is Apollo by Atlas Learning. This allows the teacher to put on a lesson onto like a PowerPoint or something, and the kids each have it on their like iPad or computer. It'll convert a PDF, a PowerPoint, docs, or etc. into Apollo and a format that is viewable on any platform. You can actually watch as the students join and leave your lesson, and it gives you real-time notifications when the students lose focus. So I think that's very helpful because students can be playing games or whatever on their devices, and you can actually see if they're following along. If you wanted to make a change in your lesson, it'll appear instantly on the student's device, so it's not like a whole download process. It has real-time assessment tools, so you can add in multiple choice questions, drawing, movable pins, text response, and true and false questions. So that can go like right in your lesson, so you don't have to wait till the end or just make sure they're on task still. The lessons are saved in the cloud, so students can access them from anywhere on any device. So this is helpful because students can replay lessons at home to study and review what they learn. They have a back channel where students can ask questions. The students will always feel comfortable asking questions through the back channel because the questions are only visible to the teacher. So they're not asking. So if they're afraid to raise their hand in class, they can ask through this back channel, and the teacher can do it from there instead of telling the student to put their hand down or asking them. They can answer it when they have time. The negative of this is the price. For a classroom, it's $150 a year, which is unlimited number of classes and lessons. So, but then if you buy it for a school, it's based on the volume. I think it's a positive thing because it's a way to students to stay engaged while a teacher is teaching a whole group lesson, and the teacher knows that the students engaged. And I also like that they can go back and replay the lesson so they can review it instead of having to take notes the whole time or completely forgetting it when they get home.
I actually really like that tool. I think it's nice, as you said, that the students are able to go back and look at the lessons. It'll also help the teacher a lot because there might be less questions because they're able to figure out what they're not understanding on their own. So it could also help with like problem solving skills and going back and doing their own thing.
And I like how you said that they can ask questions and no one else can see but the teacher, because then they're more likely to probably ask questions than if they feel like they're going to be made fun of for not understanding like the other kids do.
Right.
Yeah, I really like this tool. I thought it could be really helpful if you have the budget for it or whatever.
All right, well, my tool is called Electro Inks, and it's basically something that you use in a science classroom mostly, and they have pens. I have a picture of the pens. And the pens have conductivity ink in them. So these are the pens. They basically are like ballpoint pens, and they have conductivity ink, and you're able to explore the different basics of different circuit aspects, and you can create circuits using the ink. So if you can use any paper that you want, and in the kit that they give you, there are different modules. And so you put the ink on the paper, and then you connect the modules, and you can make it or do the electricity. So you can like make things light up, make things move, and things like that. The pen, one single pen can have up to 200 to 260 feet of ink, so they last a long time. And also, you're able to store the students' works for a long period of time because the conductivity of the ink can last up to 3 years. So you can do different sections and let the student look back and see how they've improved over time and the different mistakes that they made the first time. I think this would be really useful for students because they're able to make their own circuits, and it's a hands-on activity instead of just like showing them on the smart board or through a video. And it's a lot easier than wires, so it's less work for the student to connect the different wires and pinch them, so the conductivity will work and be strong. And it's also for an easy cleanup. And the students are, as I said, they can look back on their previous work and see what they've done in the past and how it's able to help them and change what they did wrong. One of the disadvantages is in elementary school, it could be tricky for the students to understand the concept because it is on paper. And it also would be hard for them to draw the circuits the right way and have straight lines and make sure that none of the lines cross. And I also thought that it was a bit expensive for the basic kit. It's $44 to like $60, and that comes with about 9 modules and I believe 1 pen. And they have a book of lesson plans and a workbook for the students to look at to show them how to make different circuits. But overall, I think it's a cool tool to use in science classrooms if you're able to afford it, because it'll help the students understand circuits a lot better.
Yeah, I'd heard of things like that. I didn't know what they were called, but I think it's really neat that there's a pen you can use to do that. And in elementary classrooms, maybe teachers could, using like regular pencil, draw out a circuit so that the students can still trace it to
Yeah.
see it happen. Maybe that would be an easier way to integrate it into those classrooms.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool tool. It might be a little confusing, but I guess if they're learning about circuits, it might not be as confusing. But it's weird that it might be hard to visualize it on like a piece of paper versus a real.
Right. Okay, so my first tool was Padlet, and it's basically like you sign up as a classroom or as a school, and each class gets their own page, and students can write or share pictures or anything they want to based on a topic. So if you're learning about maybe circuits in science, and students can go on and share pictures or documents they found or videos, and then they just like all those topics stay on one page for students to learn about and share and chat about. I really like that it said that all the data is secure and it's based on your classroom. It said they use like the same security as bank computers do, so no one can get on and mess with anything. It's really an easy way for kids to collaborate, maybe on projects or stuff like that. The only con I could think of was the price. It said per school per year if you signed up as a whole school, which each class would get one. There's unlimited classes and unlimited students, but it's $1,499. If just one teacher wanted to do it per year, it's $45 a year, or you can do $5 a month. But that still gives you unlimited students if you sign up just as a single teacher.
I like that they can collaborate together because most elementary schoolers don't have cell phones or anything like that, so they can work on a group project at home still using that.
Right.
Yeah, and I like that all the photos are on a secure site, so there's no privacy issue.
Yes. That was, when I thought about that, I thought security could be a con, but it said that they use the same security as banks, so clearly it must be safe. My second tool is Vizia, and this is a way for teachers to make videos that they're sharing in class more engaging. They can integrate polls or quizzes so that their students are interacting with the video. It's proven to increase student engagement. It's absolutely free, so that was a really good positive of it. And you can also embed and share the videos. And based on like what videos you make and like the topics of your videos, the website shares other videos and makes suggestions on what you might want to share with your students.
So is it kind of like a teacher version of YouTube and they can just add things to the videos?
You can add things to videos or you can make your own videos.
Okay. And so is this like a thing that you download, or you said it's web-based?
It's web-based. Yep, it's an actual web page and you make an account. It's absolutely free. And then you can go on and you can use the videos they have, or you can find your own or make your own. And then you can incorporate different polls or quizzes into it so that the students can show you what they've learned.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that it has the polls and the quizzes because you make sure students are on task and that are actually learning something from it. And I also like that they show the suggested videos because you might be not thinking of something, but then you see the video and you're like, well, that would be a good add-on or something like that.
Right. I really couldn't think of any cons to it because it's absolutely free and your students' answers are like only you see them, not the whole class, unless it's anonymous.
All right, well, I hope you learned some useful tips about these tools, and thank you for watching our Hangout.